Hello everyone and welcome to Loot Hero, a tiny little flash game that has a very quick playstyle. Everything's very fast. You just run around, you kill, you loot, run around some more, kill some more, loot some more, level up, buy more stuff, and that's pretty much the entire game, but let's jump right into it, I guess. So basically the story is this: giant dragon, tons of shit, he kills everyone and we have to stop him, and we're a knight. So I guess that's the most complicated story that we're gonna get for this game, but I hope we can manage. So basically the game goes like this: you're done, you kill, you loot, and you buy stuff, so you can do even more of that. The start is kind of slow, as you notice, but as soon as we get some speed going, we're gonna be able to run around a lot more and loot everything even faster. Which is the main goal of this game, is to just run around and loot more money. So basically you're trying to beat the boss at the end of each stage. The boss is usually kinda tough, so you wanna make sure you have a lot of attack and defense, maybe put some critical strike in there, so you can actually like take him down rather easily without getting defeated. Now it's still quite simple in the beginning, as you can see. Not a whole lot of complicated stuff going on, and for the most part it stays like this. It's just that the longer you go, the more powerful the enemies become, which means you'll have to think about where you want to put your money into. Do you want to get more attack? Do you want to get more speed? Probably no speed. Later on you need let's say up to 10 speed, and apart from that you don't need any more speed for the rest of the game. So you just start out with some speed in the beginning, so you can actually get anywhere without falling asleep. And after that you just basically go on attack and defense for pretty much the rest of the game. Your main goal is to, with how much attack you want to have, is you want to have enough attack to at least kill everything in 2 hits. If you can't kill everything in 1 hit, that's okay, because there's critical strikes, and when critical strikes occur, that's when they will die in 1 hit. So basically just grab as much attack as you can until you know, okay, they're gonna die in 1 or 2 hits, and after that you just put everything in defense and maybe some crit if it's kinda cheap. If enemies are like this and they leave the screen, if you come back to a tavern or something like this, they all respawn, so you can use this to go left and right all the time and just keep farming the enemies. And this is also how you are supposed to play this game, is that you just keep running around and farming all these enemies over and over and over again, so you get more money. However, in the beginning, in the first 10 stages, which I'm not gonna play any more than that, this grinding is not that much of the grinding in the first 10 stages. Basically there's infinite stages, because it just keeps repeating itself. It's just 5 stages, but they keep repeating themselves over and over and over again. But I'm gonna do 2 run-throughs of this game, which gets me to around stage 10. And I'm gonna stop it at that point, because after that everything is gonna stay exactly the same. But at least on the second run-through of the game there's a few things that are different because of how strong the enemies become. And that makes everything a bit more interesting. So every stage has their own group of enemies and their own boss at the end. But usually they're all the same. They're all just some more powerful versions of each other, so they don't have any special abilities, they don't do anything special, they're stronger, and that's it. More defense and stuff. Now, as it showed early in the game, there's stuff that can happen that drops from the enemies apart from money. One of them is the red potion, which heals you a little bit, and the other one is the yellow potion, which gives you invulnerability. If that happens, your character glows in a sort of yellow shine, and when that happens you're invincible and you run around a lot faster, and you can basically use it to farm really quickly. So if you get a drop of invincibility, I just got it there, you just run around and kill as much as possible before it runs out. Okay, I think that's my last speed for now. I don't really need more speed now. Speed doesn't help you at all when you're fighting. it's completely useless if you have more speed, if you want to kill stronger enemies. It does absolutely nothing for you. However, you run around faster, which means you can farm faster, and that's really nice for just casual play, because you don't want to just stay there and farm for like 10 minutes, because you just can't like run from one screen to the next in less than 1 minute. So it helps a lot to be able to farm faster. Okay, I'm gonna go with Zul'Kain. I'm not gonna go back and farm. Okay, last speed. 7 is alright. Usually I go to 10, but like I said in the beginning, I usually go to 10, but I'm gonna just stay on 7 this time. So I get through the... I think it's actually, for the beginning, better to not go that much on speed if you want to beat the game faster, because you really need to be able to actually kill these guys quickly. Actually kill them without dying. And because as you see, after we kill this dragon and everything starts repeating again, mad time travel, after that we really need to be able to like actually kill these guys. Because right now there's really no difficulty in beating all these guys. We just run through them, kill them, that's very easy. But after we go to the next cycle, we're gonna have to make sure that we actually survive and don't really die all the time. So just get a base bit of speed for now, run through everything, and then from now on we want to make sure that we're actually like quite powerful. So I'll beat the dragon 1 time. You can beat him up to infinity times if you want to. And as it says, everything's gonna start over now. More stronger enemies, they drop more stuff, else it would be boring. And we can keep doing this over and over and over again. But as I said, I'm just gonna go to level 10 and then I'm gonna stop it there. Something that's pretty much always the same is after you beat the dragon and you go to the woods once again, you're pretty much always strong enough to just run through everything and just kill everything. Because somehow the dragon, or at least the level with the dragon, is about as hard as the woods of the next difficulty level. So you can just keep running through everything. But after the woods is where things pick up a little bit. Especially after the desert. The desert itself is still quite alright, but after the desert, in the land of the undead, in the jungle, that's where things get a little bit more dicey. Okay, I have enough strength, or at least like attack power, so now I can go a bit more on defense, which is gonna be important. You also notice that a little bit of defense can actually make a huge impact. Later on, there's enemies that like kill you in 3 hits, and you think like, damn it, how can I beat these enemies when they kill me in 3 hits? Then you get like only 1 or 2 upgrades in defense, and suddenly you're almost invincible. So I'm gonna run the desert one more time, just to get more levels and more money for the upcoming stage, and after that I should be alright for the rest of the game. You don't really have to stop at every one of these shops to see if you want to buy something. If you know you can beat the entire stage in one go, just go for it and then go to the shop on the next stage. It's a lot more convenient than to just stop at every single shop. Oh, Jungle Home of the Undead. Since I'm well prepared for this, it won't seem like any problems, but you really should be making some preparations for this stage, because this is like the first time in this whole cycle in this game that enemies can really stomp you and really give you a hard time, so you actually need to go farming and stuff. I also noticed I don't really go on critical that much, because putting a lot of points into it is not as powerful as putting a lot of points into defense, for example, or into attack. Also, if you have a lot of crit but no attack, then your crits will do no damage, so you need attack anyway. This is a problem that I always see in many different games that have a critical attack function, that really putting everything into it is not really useful that often, because your critical scales off your attack anyway, so why not just go for attack anyway, and then your crits will become stronger along with everything else really. Like even if you're not critical, even if you don't hit critical, if you have a good attack, it's gonna be off really nicely. You see these enemies are starting to give me a hard time because they almost kill me. That's not really that big of a problem. As long as you can always make it to the next shop, the shop will heal you to full health, so it's not really a problem if you keep almost dying all the time. Okay, last bit of defense, make them crit. And I think now we should be alright for maybe the rest of the game, but I'm not quite sure because the next stage, the dragon again, might be giving me a hard time again. The volcano it's called. Usually you can measure off like from the first shop to the second shop is usually where you can measure how strong the enemies are gonna be. Because after that it doesn't really get that much harder, it's just a little bit more enemies. Now, I would die if I do this, but I'm gonna wait for a little bit and then do it. Oh, I died anyway. If you die, you lose a little bit of experience towards your next level and you lose some money, but it's not a whole lot and you can just instantly revive afterwards, so dying is not really a problem. You might as well just go for it, doesn't really matter. Also, this game has achievements because any game nowadays has to have achievements for no reason. But whatever, they're not really that interesting. Most of the achievements you just get by playing. Actually, you get all the achievements by just playing the game, not doing anything special. And there's like a handful of achievements that are like, go to level 100, go to level 5000 or something, and I'm like, well, that's not very interesting. But yeah, from now on it will just keep repeating like this. Slaying Dragon 2 times. Basically what's gonna happen now is every single time you play this, it's gonna get harder and you have to grind a little bit more. You can't just keep running through the game like this, you actually have to like stay on a level for like 3 or 4 runs of the like back and forth through the entire level and actually just grind up the stats so you can beat the next few levels. So yeah, that has been Loot Hero. Hope you enjoyed it. It's a pretty nice game to just casually play for like a few minutes if you're bored. So might as well just go check it out. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.